I can't block her stuff. It's that connection. The lower the milliseconds, there's more fucking problems with dropped inputs in this game. I get them all the time. Dude, literally, the lower connection, the more dropped inputs. And I believe it. I think it's the netcode. This rollback bullshit netcode causes it. I have a better time with my inputs when there's like 30 or 40 milliseconds. I'm telling you, it's bullshit. It's easier. It's literally easier to react when there's more delay. When there's less delay because of the netcode, it actually makes you drop your input. Because it's trying to make it play faster and it just forgets about what your input is. That's terrible. Then I literally want 30 milliseconds every game. I don't ever want below 30 milliseconds. If it's going to drop my shit, I don't want to play those matches. Stupid fucking rollback netcode sucks.
This man is insane!
Because it's rollback netcode. Rollback netcode hides lag by dropping inputs. That's how it works. A lot of people don't understand that.
Maybe piece of piece, you know something different than me. Can you please go into this, please? What's your take on this?
I think his fucking brain has holes in it or something, man. That's what I think.
That's actually how rollback netcode works. It'll say, oh, can't handle what's going on, just drop the input instead, but keep the game looking smooth.
Either he really is just super dumb. Well, you know, it could be a combination of those, obviously. Or yeah. The most likely option is he's basically pignatized himself. You know, it doesn't only affect other people. I think it affects yourself too if you do it long enough, especially when you don't have someone to, like, you know, check you to tell you, hey, you're acting ridiculous.
It's terrible. It's awful for competitive play. But that's what people want. They love their rollback. It's stupid. Rollback netcode is bad.
Rollback netcode works because when the predictions are correct, things are in sync, and when it's not, it gets corrected before anyone notices.
If you saw the video that when he was watching that really good video explaining how rollback netcode works, as soon as Tony Cannon started describing how it works as he designed it, he paused the video, yelled at him for 10 minutes, and then skipped the video, the rest of it.
Probably. And here's why this netcode is complete bunk, and people don't understand why it's junk. Because it allows for people who play exactly the same all the time to always have advantage. And essentially rolls the dice.
Rollback netcode has nothing to do with rolling dice.
And says, well, the person who did that fierce punch 7 times in a row is probably just going to do the fierce punch again, so give it to them.
It takes your last input and says, we're assuming you're doing that, and if you do something different, we'll make changes according to that.
But the person who tried to react to the fierce punch and do the Shoryuken through it, don't give them the Shoryuken, give the other person the fierce punch.
No, that's not what happened. That's not what happened at all.
That's rollback netcode. That's what people think is good.
Because, again, there's nobody to tell him, like, dude, what are you talking? Because he bans people who tells him that.
You're literally favoring people who play like dunces.
What he says can't be wrong, because if what DSP is saying is wrong, then I'm wrong, and then I'm stupid.
But idiotic people demand the rollback netcode. I had this fucking conversation with that man.
And he's been hurt by this for 12 years. He was the only one on SRK that has these problems with rollback netcode.
And all the feedback that was positive, they left. And everything that was negative, they deleted.
I know he says it's deleted, but it's not. We checked it. And people say he's stupid fucking then, and he still digs in. Because I know when people say something against him, that makes him dig in harder. All right, this is definitely my stance now. And it's held it for 12 years since then.
This is lazy man's netcode.
Guys, trust me when I'm telling you, these guys are laborers of love, right?
Yeah.
Like, these guys are geniuses. They worked hard. They took risks.
The other thing they haven't addressed, and I don't know if they will, dropped inputs. Rollback netcode has a significant amount of dropped inputs because when it's trying to make, what's the word? When they're trying to figure out what really happened and catch the game back up, sometimes it just will say, fuck it. And it'll just drop the input.
That doesn't even make any sense!
He says that everybody but me endorses this shitty product, right? Or it's like this like thing where I'm the outsider and everybody else is like in on this thing.
This very conversation we're having right now in this video and on this stream, I had it directly with that man in an IRC chat room in the mid-2000s when he was trying to sell rollback netcode to Capcom.
But the truth is that the Cannon brothers, they offered that to Capcom for free. And it's like, hey, we created this. It works really good. You should try it. You should use it for free, whatever.
And I put all of this data and all of this information and analysis on Shoryuken.com, where they had a thread. He made the thread on, that's his website. And I went to this man on IRC and I said, why are you deleting criticism that's true? I said, are you going to tell me that rollback netcode is not dropping inputs to rectify the two sides? He said, no, it does that. you're admitting it to me. Yes, I will admit to you that the rollback netcode eats inputs on purpose to rectify it to make it look like there's no lag.
Bro, shut the fuck up. You're like insane, man.
So why don't you want people to know that? Because I'm trying to sell the netcode to Capcom and I don't need them to know that. He told me that. Okay.
So I don't know what Phil's talking about, like, hey, shut the fuck up. We don't want you saying anything bad on it because we're trying to make money. No, the context was Capcom to pick this up because this is an improvement. This is an improvement for the online play.
And this was the mid-2000s. We're now almost 20 years later. And people still are like, oh, rollback netcode's the best. Oh, you mean the netcode that literally just rewards someone who plays exactly the same over and over and doesn't reward someone who's smart and tries to react to what they're seeing?
Okay, so rollback netcode's like this giant scam and everybody's in on it except for like me. I'm telling you how it is. Let me just slander the entire FGC, including content creators, you know, associates by the fact that we're both on YouTube.
The netcode that literally eats inputs to make it look like there's no lag, that's the best netcode? If you have a situation, and sounds really weird, but it's absolutely factually true. If you're playing against someone online with rollback netcode and you guys have a better connection, like let's say it's 20 milliseconds, okay?
Here we go.
The person who literally does the most ad nauseum repetitive gameplay, like jab, 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 they will get their moves out 9 times out of 10. If you're the kind of person that waits to see what they're going to do and then counters them, your move will not come out as often as the person who goes jab, 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 jab. Because when there's less time of buffer between the match, because 20 milliseconds, right? What it has to do is make that determination faster. It has to actually figure out what's happening on a faster basis. And when it does that dice roll. And it says, well, the person who just pressed the same button 7 times in a row likely
Please explain.
So much.
Like, you can't argue with that level of craziness. Like, you can't, what can you say? Like, that's just not true. Okay, so you believe them. You believe the Cannon Brothers. Okay. You're clearly on their side. You can't ever argue in a logical fashion because when you're coming from that crazy.
He fabricates like a meaning for things and then he just regurgitates it.